There could be a snack in your pantry, a gadget on your desk, or even medication in your cabinet that's not what it seems. We're going to dive into some urgent warnings from Canadian health authorities about products that might just be hiding in plain sight in your home. Let's get into it. It's a question we don't ask ourselves very often, right? We kind of just assume that if you can buy it in a store or online, it's got to be safe. But what happens when that's not the case? Well, that's when hidden dangers can find their way right into our homes. So, just recently, Health Canada and the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, the CFIA, they've put out some pretty serious alerts on several products. In this explainer, we're going to break down 3 of these critical warnings so you know exactly what to look for and, most importantly, how to keep yourself safe. Okay, first up, we're talking about a super popular snack, pistachios. There's a huge recall going on, and this isn't some small thing. We're talking about a nationwide health alert linked to salmonella. And let's start with the real-world impact here. We're talking about more than 155 people. That's how many Canadians have gotten sick in this outbreak, according to the Public Health Agency of Canada. And that's not just a statistic. That's 155 real people and families affected by this. And when you dig into the data, something really interesting pops out. Health officials have noticed that a huge majority of the cases, a full 70%, are women. The reports don't say exactly why that is, but wow, what a striking pattern. The ripple effect here is just huge. The CFIA traced the problem back to pistachios that came from Iran, and that single source has now led to another 21 product recalls, things that use those pistachios as an ingredient. 24 people have been hospitalized, and it's affecting literally everyone, from a 1-year-old baby to a 95-year-old. And this is the really scary part. Salmonella is sneaky. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't taste it. The food can seem perfectly normal, which is exactly why these official warnings are so incredibly important. So what do? The CFIA is being super clear on this. Do not eat these products. Just throw them out or take them back to the store. And if you want to know if that bag of pistachios in your cupboard is on the list, you have to go to the CFIA website and check the specific brand names and UPC codes. All right, let's switch gears from the kitchen to your desk. Our next case involves a tech gadget that was being sold on Amazon.ca. It might look like just another flashlight or maybe a laser pointer, but Health Canada is warning that this thing poses a really serious risk of injury. So what's the big deal? Well, this product was recalled because it has something called a Class 3B laser inside. Now, this is not your typical little red dot laser pointer. Oh no. Class 3B lasers are so powerful that even a split second of accidental exposure to your eye can cause immediate and permanent vision damage. I mean, to really put this into perspective, think of the laser pointer someone uses in a boardroom presentation. This recalled laser is on a whole other level. It's in a completely different league of danger, so much so that Health Canada had to step in and get it off the market. And you might be thinking, okay, but how many of these are really out there? Well, get this. Amazon reported that almost 15,000 of them were sold right here in Canada. That means thousands of these incredibly dangerous devices could be sitting in people's drawers right now. So if you think you might have one, what's the game plan? Health Canada is not messing around with their advice here. They're saying, stop using it right now, immediately. And don't just chuck it in the garbage, it's electronic waste, so you've got to dispose of it properly, following whatever your local rules are. Okay, for our third and final case, we're moving from a product that's dangerous by design to one that's dangerous because it's a complete fake. We're talking about counterfeit prescription drugs being sold where they absolutely shouldn't be. So here's the story. Health Canada announced that it seized fake versions of Viagra and Cialis from a convenience store in Toronto. And to be clear, these weren't just diverted from a pharmacy or something. The agency actually checked with the real manufacturers who confirmed, yep, these are 100% counterfeit. And they've given us some really specific details so you can spot these fakes yourself. The counterfeit Viagra had a totally bogus expiry date. It read EXP 03-2030. Impossible, right? And the fake Cialis had a specific lot number and expiry date you can see right here. These are dead giveaways. And look, this is where it gets really, really serious. The active ingredients in these drugs, sildenafil and tadalafil, are powerful prescription medications. They're not something to play around with. They can have major side effects and interact in dangerous ways with other meds, which is why you should only ever use them if a doctor says so. So, the advice from Health Canada, if you haven't have bought any of these products, is crystal clear. Number one, stop using them right now. And number two, if you have any health concerns whatsoever, go talk to a doctor or another healthcare professional. All right, so we've looked at contaminated food, a dangerous gadget, and fake medicine. Three totally different things, right? But there's a common thread. So, how can you actually protect yourself from all this stuff? Let's boil it all down to a super simple checklist. Think of these 4 steps as your playbook for pretty much any recall. First, the most important one, stop. Just stop using or eating the product. Don't even think about it. Second, check. Go to the official Health Canada or CFIA websites to get the real story. Third, dispose or return. Get rid of it safely, follow the instructions. And finally, number 4, consult. If you're worried about your health, call your doctor. Simple. At the end of the day, the one thing that connects all of these cases is that the danger was hidden. You couldn't see the bacteria, you didn't know how powerful the laser was, and you couldn't be sure what was in those pills. That's why being aware, being vigilant, that's your absolute best defense. And that really makes you think, doesn't it? You've got pistachios from Iran, electronics from who knows where. Our supply chains are just mind-bogglingly complex. In a world like this, staying informed isn't just a nice idea, it's become an essential skill for all of us.